I guess I'm supposed to talk about Niki and what kind of woman she is. You know, she's the best out of many. You know, and there's so many things that attracted me to her. And in my eyes, there's so many things that set her apart from other females that are out there. You know, number one, she's a really good looking girl. You know, as far as looks. In my book and in my mind, she has it all. You know, there's nobody that can be compared to her as far as any other female woman that's out there. You know, she's very intelligent. You know, very smart. I mean, I can say she's smarter than me. You know, most times, but you know, when it comes to taking care of herself, I mean, she doesn't need me to push her to do what she has to do. She's always reaching out to the highest to try to achieve things in life. You know, she's very sweet, a very sensitive girl, and sometimes I like a little female stuff that comes out of her. You know, and that attracts me more to her. You know, she's very playful, and also can be serious when there's certain issues that need to tackle in life. You know, I admire her a lot, and I can't wait for this opportunity to spend the rest of my life with her. I've come across many females, and she's exceptional. You know, I can't say that I would trade her for anybody else that's out there. You know, she's really my taste. You know, can't say much more.
Steven is the best thing that could have ever happened to me. I prayed so many nights for God to bring me a man that was understanding and caring and loving. And one day, this man just walked into my life, and he changed everything about me, from the way that I would think to the way I would approach life. And I'm so grateful to have him in my life. I can't wait to build our family together and to be the wife that I know he deserves. I remember the day we met. It happened in December 2010 during a crossover program in KPM. And I remember turning around a couple of times, and I see him and he'll smile and then look down. He would smile and then look down. And I'm like, this guy is weird. Like, why does he keep staring at me?
Wow.
So he tends to disagree. So during the program, we happened to sit right next to each other on the first day. And
she made sure she sat next to me that day. That's what it was.
Don't interject. So we happened to sit next to each other that first day, and we didn't communicate, nothing, you know. And I remember, I think my auntie came to church the day before and saw him in church, and she kept telling me about this young man in the church who got slayed by the Holy Spirit, and she felt so bad for him because he was drunk on the floor. So I was like, oh wow, what guy is this? He can't even stand up. So I was just like, so fast forward, we sat next to each other, and remember our pastor told us to stand in a circle and hold hands. And he was sitting next to me, then he automatically goes across from me, like he didn't want to hold my hand. So I was a little bit offended and taken back. I'm like, this is the same guy that I always catch him staring at me, but when it's time to hold hands, he doesn't want to hold hands. Okay, whatever. So I remember the pastor spoke into my life about how I would be something great one day. And at the end of the service, here comes Steven wanting to say hello to me. So that Sunday, after church, he kept staring at me, and then I asked him, like, hi, do you want to say something or what? And he was like, oh no, I'm Steven, nice to meet you. I said, I already know your name. You told me that before.
How do you know my name?
Because we spoke before. And he seemed nervous, and I was nervous too, for some reason. So I had my iPhone and I asked him, hey, do you have Facebook? And he said, yeah, of course I do. So he was looking for a pen to write it down. And I said, look, I have my phone, so why don't we just exchange numbers? So he took, I couldn't work my phone. So he took my phone and he put his number in it. And he called it to make sure he got my number. And that day, we text and we kept texting all night. And he said, hey, I want to hear your voice.
Wow.
So he called me, and I remember speaking to him on the phone all night, and he was just, maybe we met like, let's say, we exchanged numbers on a Sunday. By Friday, he was already proposing the following week.
Wow.
He told me how you are the one. I mean,
By Friday.
I could even look at my phone and have text messages of sweet lyrics that this man gave me. But he has a different version. But that's how we met.
I have my story to tell because I need to make sure our kids are not going to hear this story. I walked into KPM. I don't remember the day, but I think it's December for the Christmas program. And walked in there, just minding my own business.
Okay.
If I took me there, I'm just just a young man trying to get my life together. And I think I kept going there for a while. And in February there was this program that was going on, and I kept coming. I didn't know anybody there, so I just come to church, mind my business. When service is over, I go my way. So for several Sundays, it's funny when you see somebody looking at you. And right from when somebody's looking at you, you can tell that you feel like there's a presence around.
Oh, you were so full of it.
That is staring at you. So I said, okay, I won't pay attention. So every time I turn my eyes, I see this young lady looking at me. I said, okay, fine.
See,
and at that moment,
say the truth and shame the devil.
At that moment, I'm shaming the devil. I'm speaking the truth. At that moment, I was just minding my own business. So she kept looking and looking and looking at me. I just didn't know. I couldn't make out what it was. So after a while, we started talking, and I remember telling my friend, actually my friend said to me, there's a young girl over there, and every time I turn around, she's looking at you. And I wish my friend was here right now. So I said, okay, I won't pay any attention. And I remember looking at her, and I said to my friend, this girl is 14 years old. I mean, look at her. She's not even a grown woman. She's like a little girl. What am I doing with this 14-year-old girl? And he goes, no, look at the way she's put together. She's, look at her front. She's nice. So I said, I'm not going to jail for messing with a little 14-year-old girl. So I remember on a Sunday, I came to church, and I was leaving, and this girl was standing. I don't know if she was waiting for me, or she was waiting for somebody else, but the way that she positioned herself, she wanted me to see her. So I'm walking outside of church, and this girl is coming, and she sees me, and she walks the other way, so I didn't say anything. So me too, I know what she was doing, so me too, I stand over there and I wait. And then she was coming back, and I said, oh, what is your name? She started mentioning her name. My name is Niki. I said, okay, fine. So I introduced myself like a gentleman. And after that, I think she went to shake my hand. I said, what am I, a kid? You're not going to shake my hand. See, this is why I thought she was a kid, because she was going to shake my hand. And I said, no, you come here and you give me a hug. So she gave me a hug. And
tell me that wasn't his first line.
And then
come here, girl, give me a hug.
And then she left home. So the following Sunday, I'm sitting over there, and I think she gave me one of these fingers to come here.
What?
So I went after.
And In church, I gave you a come here.
She gave me a finger like come here. So I went after, and we started talking a little bit. And then she told me her age, that she was 20 or 21. And I said, wow, you look like you're 14 years old. She goes, no. So then she started telling me about how she graduated from school and everything. So I said, okay, maybe she's not as young as I thought. And I remember she goes to me, do you have Facebook? And I said, me and Facebook, I don't even know what Facebook is. I'm not even on Facebook.
But you're on Facebook.
But I have a Facebook page, so if you want to talk, we can talk. So I remember that I told her, so log on Facebook so I can give you my Facebook account name. This girl could not work her phone. I mean, she was shaking. She was shaking to the point where, like, it felt like God has descended from heaven and he came and spoke to her in church.
Oh my God!
And I remember her mom sitting next to her and said, oh, you too, look at you. You don't even know how to work your phone. The young man is making you that nervous. So I said to her, you know what? Stop shaking. I took a pen from my pocket and I took a number down.
Such a liar.
I took a number down. I remember that night. I got home. Before I even got home, she sent me a text message.
Oh, what?
Hey, what's going on? So
no, I didn't.
We were text messaging back and forth about 11:30 that night. That's the truth. It's 11:30 that night. See, I remember this, and I remember I never remember. I forget this text message. She sent me one message. So Steve, what's up with you? What are you about? And I said, what? What are you asking me? And what am I about? So I said, you know what? This is too long to talk to send text messages, so let's talk over the phone. And I called her, and I think that day we stayed on the phone for the whole night, and we talked. And then, I mean, she would leave New Jersey, go to New York, go back on campus, and she's like on it,
I'm on it.
She's like calling.
She's such a liar.
Me trying to be nice, I offered a few times, hey, you want me to come pick you up from school? You want to hang out? You want to do this? And she was giving me like a difficult time. I remember we went to the movies, our first date at the movies. This girl brought her sister with her. And I said, we were going to movies to just go hang out. Why are you bringing Lisa with you so we can go hang out? She goes, well, she wants to come. So I remember, okay, fine. So we went to the movies. I'm like, let me see how she's going to react. And I try to hold her hands. The way this girl like moved her hands from me, I thought she was getting ready to like beat me. So I said, let me just play the gentleman, and I backed off a little bit. And 3 years later, here we are. About to walk down the aisle. It's just amazing how people meet and what comes out of the life of people. But it's been great. It's been fun. There's a lot of people that has helped and that's coming thus far. And I can't wait. I know she can't wait. She can't wait. She wants this gap in between us to like get closer. So about the proposal, it took me a long time to try to piece it together, to find out what I wanted to do, because she's not just any girl that you can do anything and she'll be pleased with it. You have to really think about it. So I went through the process of trying to figure out how I wanted to do it, and it took me almost a year just planning and trying to pick out the best piece of jewelry as far as the engagement ring that she wanted, So when everything got figured out, I still wasn't sure what day I wanted to do it, whether it was a Sunday or some other day during the week. And I know, talking to her briefly, she wanted a proposal in church, and I wasn't with that idea of doing it in church, so I said, let me take my time and truly plan this out. So I remember coming from Ghana in March or May, somewhere around there, and I called her dad and I said to her dad, this is what I plan on doing. And the dad said to me, he kind of gave me his blessings to go ahead and do it. So I remember him asking me, when do I intend on doing it? And I said, I'm not sure, but whenever day it is, I'll let him know. So I remember going to church that day, and in the middle of the church service, I sent the dad a text message that after church, I'm going to come to the house, and today's when I want to propose. So, the father talked to Niki's mother, and she was pretty much aware of it. I think everybody in the house was pretty much aware of it, but except Niki. So I remember taking Niki home on a Sunday. which is very unusual because I hardly ever do that on Sunday after church. And I don't know if she got the hint of it or she kind of had an idea of what was going to happen. But we went, we were all sitting around the house talking, and her dad kept giving me signals as to when do I intend to do it. And I said to him, I don't know, I have to wait for the right moment. So we got in the process of getting ready to leave. I was getting ready to leave. It was getting late at night. And I remember calling her little sister to come outside. And because we needed somebody to at least get it on video. And Niki was walking me outside that moment. And out of nowhere, this ring that I had carried in my pocket the whole day, I just pulled it out and I went on my knees and I just proposed to her. And, my exact words to her was, it's been a long way coming, it's been a challenge, it's been a battle.
Take your time.
It's always good to give it a little fight before you really find out that it's a woman that wants to spend the rest of my life. It wasn't easy. And one of my leads, and luckily enough, she said okay, and she said yes. And I remember her screaming, and I can swear that the whole neighborhood heard her screaming. She ran back inside the house, showing her ring to her parents, and everybody was excited. The daughter got engaged, and she's gonna be walking down the aisle to a very handsome man like myself. It was amazing. It was a very well thought proposal. It took a lot of time.
The most latest couple of times.
So blessed and honored to be his wife. From the day that I met him, I knew instantly that he was going to make a difference in my life. And today, I'm looking back at the many dates we had, the many laughs we shared, the tears he wiped away. And I am so happy that I can share the rest of my life with him. And I'm looking forward to having many more memories with him. What words can I use to describe my husband? He's funny, he's kind, he's very humble, he's God-fearing. He's such a good man.
Only $1?
More money.
More money.
She will take $1. Okay. Where you going? Where you going? Feed him, feed him. Scobo, eh?